Alright, hello there. So today may have been the most traumatic day of the year for me. And when I say that, I mean it definitely was. But I still see good in this experience in the day that I've had. Let me explain to you what happened. So I remember if you've watched the video yesterday, then I kind of set out this idea that I'm going to visit a new place every day of the week, challenge myself and just, try new experiences out. Just to get out of the house more and live life a bit more. Alright, get out of my own head. So I did that today, and I did it by seeing somebody kind of for like a date. It was a study date, which ended up going disastrously. And I want to be careful with my word, because disastrously or disastrous, that sounds awful, right? And simply because the outcome wasn't how I expected it to be. Or it was what I feared most, which was essentially I got completely rejected. I got told that, hey, I like you, but yeah, we're not gonna be a thing, And to hear that, if you haven't heard it before, or you haven't heard it for a long time, that sucks. It sucks, dude. But it honestly doesn't hurt as much as I thought it would. The rejection definitely hurts, but it's not like something that I can't come back from. It's just this person I had built up, it felt like everything in my life was kind of crumbling apart. I stopped caring about it, and school, career, all sorts of things. I just got more and more distant from them. I started to feel just like, oh, what's the point, right? Entering a negative state of mind. I became clingy. I became attached to this person, and I think they saw that. I think they saw this in me, and it's unfortunate, right, that it ended up this way. But at the end of the day, it's more so a reflection of how I was, of my own internal state, and looking from her perspective, I can see why she wouldn't want somebody who's in a state like that. It's not representative of who I am as a person, it's simply a representation of where I am at the moment, right, of what I was experiencing. So we got there, met up, cool, saw her, we walked to this place, and I felt quite a bit of anxiety at first. I felt a huge rush, because again, I had all these expectations in my mind. I couldn't really be myself, I couldn't let go. And then, plenty of anxiety, could barely speak. Eventually I got to a point where I could kind of get my groove and I felt better, but it took a while. That took a while. And towards the end, after basically 3 hours together, she told me, hey, yeah, it's not you, this ain't gonna work. I tried to ask her, hey, why? I just want to understand, what did I do wrong? What, please? I sounded so, I wasn't taking it right. And I was asking her, what can I change? What did I do wrong? Just all of that. Which shows the state of mind that I'm in, man. But thankfully, after that, I was able to accept it. And yeah, I just talked to my friends. Thankfully, I've got good friends who were able to support me through this and kind of give me a spin on it, right? Give me a spin. Hey man, if you're able to see the light in this, because I now see my own behavior a lot more clearly. I feel like I can see the past more clearly, I can see my actions more clearly. It kind of makes more sense what I was doing wrong. The drugs, the just neglect of myself, mostly the self-talk, right? Beating myself down. That's what so many people do, man. That's how this shit gets worse and worse. It's oh, why did I say that? Why did I do this? Just self-compassion is really what's needed. Self-compassion and a positive mindset, which obviously doesn't happen overnight, especially if you've been conditioned to think a certain way for years and years and years, but you can at least try, right? A couple of positive thoughts here and there will not hurt. All of this to say, yeah, that was the first day. I see, although I'm hurting right now, I want to really acknowledge the pain and understand where it comes from more and more. Just really, instead of trying to escape this, feel it. Feel it. Because every time that I've tried to stuff it down, it doesn't work. It just makes this shit get worse and worse and worse. So feel the pain. I feel like I've got the maturity to do that now. I've got the emotional maturity to experience what I'm experiencing and simply let it be. Right? I'm not dead. I haven't been broken down by this. It's simply a piece of my ego that's hurting. Right? It's a part of my ego that is hurting. If you can remove the ego from this, if you can simply see the situation as it is, see yourself as you are, then it'll be a lot better. So, thank you for listening. I might have a video up tomorrow, just kind of talking more about this or about the place that I went to. Good Earth, honestly, they had pretty good, damn good coffee. I'll tell you that. They had good coffee. Good fucking coffee, but at the same time, quite noisy. Quite noisy spot. Anyways, guys, fuck. Thanks for listening. See ya.